Sultan SJAHRIR. Sultan SJAHRIR, of Minangkabau descent, was an Indonesian politician and revolutionary independence leader from the older generation, who served as the first Prime Minister of Indonesia from 1945 until 1947. The name Sultan SJAHRIR is also connected with democratic socialism and Fabian socialism, or Fabianism, and anarchism a la nihilism. I explain this further below, but let me start with the person of Sultan SJAHRIR himself. Sultan SJAHRIR founded the Federalist and non-Marxist Democratic Socialist Party, or PSI, on the 13th of February 1948 to politically oppose the collectivism and centralism of the Indonesian Communist Party, the PKI, its Maoist counterpart that promoted Marxism-Leninism. Sultan SJAHRIR's Democratic Socialist Party, or Partai Sosialis Indonesia, ultimately failed to gain support during the post-World War II period and was later banned on the 17th of August 1960 by Ahmed Sukarno's guided democracy. Already in the mid-1930s, Sultan SJAHRIR warned about the tendency of radical socialists and communists to be dragged into the notions of the extreme political left that eventually lead to a new authoritarian dictatorship where there is no room for the personal freedom of the individual. What we, anarchists or nihilists, consider as the most important aspect of human existence. Sultan SJAHRIR described as an intellectual and free spirit his fear of the trend of far-left socialists to adopt ideas of collectivism, Marxism-Leninism, Bolshevism, or communism, and a highly centralized one-party leading dictatorship of the proletariat as follows. Those radical socialist activists, with all good intentions, suddenly and unnoticed become dictatorial or one-party thinkers, striving for a state-imposed and guided plan economy, discarding freedom, spitting on humanity and the rights of the individual. As a huge military complex of extreme order and discipline. Although small, his party was very influential in the early years after Indonesian independence because of the expertise and high level of education of its leaders. However, the party performed poorly in the 1955 elections, in part because the grassroots constituency at the time was not able to fully grasp the concepts of social democracy and liberalism or democratic socialism, which his party espoused. Sultan SJAHRIR tried to convey. It was banned by President Ahmed Sukarno in August 1960 for being accused of supporting a military uprising in Sumatra and opposing the president's new policy of guided democracy. Political philosophy. The party's philosophy was based on Fabianism, a kind of radical, non-revolutionary, but evolutionary socialism, or non-violent reformism, with elements of both non-Marxist socialism, like nihilism or narodnikism, combined with some Marxist social analysis. Sultan SJAHRIR's party philosophy was derived from the Fabian society, which took its name from the Roman general Quintus Fabius Maximus, nicknamed Cunctator, famous for his tactics of delay. This Fabian society was founded in 1884 by a group of far-left petty bourgeois intellectuals in England. Furthermore, there was a distinct typical Indonesian character to the PSI party's brand of socialism. A democratic socialism, a combination of anarcho-democratism and utopian socialism. Unlike Marxism, and especially Marxism-Leninism, which both politically separated democratism and socialism. Like all other communist parties, the PKI, the far-left political rival of the PSI, focused solely on socialism, without the aspect of anarcho-democracy, a form of anarchism dating back to the Age of Enlightenment. And in the latter, both far-leftist parties differed politically and ideologically from each other. The PSI emphasized further the need for modernization, economic development, and rational planning and organization, while opposing extreme nationalism of the ruling PNI or Partai Nasional Indonesia and anti-foreign sentiments, for example, of the far-right Bermudas. It accepted the need for foreign capital, but the party criticized what it saw as the overly cautious foreign policy of the Hatta cabinet and the strong influence of the Western or Eastern Bloc on it. They were strongly opposed to the new Republic of Indonesia, siding with the United States of America, the Soviet Union, or the People's Republic of China, or to the choice between West or East, between capitalism or communism. Rather than building support among the masses, which is what the PKI advocated, the PSI, on the other hand, aimed to develop a well-trained core of members, a small elite group of intellectuals, to seize power at the right moment, at the right time. As English Fabianism or Fabian socialism prescribes, with the difference that it was non-conspiratorial, like a secret society, unlike 19th century Italian and later French Blanquism. It had considerable influence among high-level bureaucrats and the leadership of the army. It was because of certain rebellious elements within the military army, which resulted that the PSI was banned by the Indonesian authority which accused Sunan Shahrir's party of supporting the CIA-backed failed coup d'etat of the PRRI, or Revolutionary Government of the Republic of Indonesia, in Indonesian called Pemerintahan Revolusioner Republik Indonesia.